I am probably one of your more non-traditional students, but I'm so looking forward to the journey. I really kind of know what I want in terms of the specialization that I'm really interested in. I teach educational law, so I'm really interested in legal issues impacting schools, particularly students with disabilities. So I've been kind of a researcher of that issue, but now I really want the formal legal training to maybe become an expert witness, those types of things. And I just have that very clear set idea, but the only really thing between me and kind of going to law school is kind of the LSAT. And at my advanced age, it is a barrier, but I really have a different mindset than I would, I think, if I was like in my 20s taking it. But I think I told you, Steve, the other thing that I'm really is an issue for me, and I don't want it to kind of be the dominant thing, but I have two young sons, and haven't gone to college yet, but the idea of getting a scholarship. So I want to be competitive, so I don't put that financial burden on my family at this stage. And I'm only applying to one school. I'm a faculty member here at the University of Arkansas in Fayetteville, and Arkansas is a good school, but it's not a top 25 school. So I'm very much a realist. I understand that. But at the same time, I really want to secure a solid financial package. And your blog has been so helpful in terms of thinking about logistics, things like even when I take the LSAT, applying early, really distinguishing myself, not only in terms of the fact of, having maybe graduate school and years of experience, but also getting that application in early before all these other folks. So that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, I've done my research. I've been thinking about taking this for a while, looked at your stuff like over a year ago, but with COVID, both my kids are in virtual school now. So there's been a lot of, changes, but I'm really focused on kind of an early summer test, either June or July. And I know they haven't made that announcement yet. So that's just me in a nutshell. I'm really looking forward to kind of approaching the exam from, like you point out, this idea of, and I'm not there yet, but getting to love logic games, just approaching it from like this perspective of kind of empowerment. And I know it sounds corny, but I know test anxiety can get in the way. And as I said, I'm trying to kind of approach the exam through mastery and gradual mastery. And I'm hoping that, your course and some other materials will help. But I really want a focused approach.
Well, thank you so much for sharing the background on your story and your reasons for going to law school. That certainly matters quite a bit. And I'm glad, of course, that my resources have been useful to you as well.
Yeah.
And by the way, I don't like the word non-traditional. I know it's a convention that people use, but the thing is that most law students are actually not directly out of college. There are many folks who are into their careers. And so it doesn't mean that law schools will value you any less. If anything, they value you more because, as you said, you have very specific, deliberate reasons for why you want to go. You said expert witness, you have deep experience in the special educational space. And so they will recognize that and value it highly. And you will certainly be extremely employable upon graduation, given that. You also mentioned that scholarships are incredibly important to you, given that you don't want to place a burden on your family, which makes a lot of sense, of course. But you also said you want to apply to only one school.
Right.
So thinking about it from the school's perspective, if they know that you have no other options and they know that you're tied to that particular area, they may want you there, but are they going to give you a lot of money?
Right.
You can get a higher LSAT score, and that will certainly help a great deal in terms of getting scholarships. But another thing that you can do is apply to more than one school. Mm-hmm. That's one thing I'd suggest. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I wish you all the best and take care.